produce the next generation. Next generations very easily it can produce. That is the reason why he has been chosen. And the next one, many generations of pea plant can be produced in a very comparatively short time span, and the study is also much easier than the animal. So these are the four reasons why Mendel's chosen the pea plants. So that is what, if suppose they'll ask you, what is the reasons behind choosing a pea plant by a Mendel, then you have to write this all the 4 points. Have you understand, guys? Please respond. Yes. So now if you'll understand this one, then we are going to study the next one called as hybrid. So if you'll understand the hybrid, then directly we'll enter into the two laws given by the Mendel's. That is what law of segregation, and as well as the second one is called as law of independent assortment. So that are the two laws which is given by the Mendel's. That is very in detail, one by one we'll study after the from the tomorrow's class. So now if you take here, now if you notice it here, as we know, pea plants, either tall plant or short plants are present. That is the two types of plants he has been observed. Now, if we take a new form of plant resulting by crossing different varieties of plant. For example, you might be heard nowadays, you are getting, you might be see custard apple, guava and all. If you go to the olden days and all, the size is very, very small. Will you accept it, guys? Custard apple size and guava and all, even sapota, you can see the size is normal size. But nowadays, you can see the even one guava size is equals to 1 kilo. Have you noticed it? That much big guava is appearance in the market. Even custard apples also very big size is coming in the market. Why it is happening? Because different breeds, they are involving in the cross breeding. That is what we used to say cross. So that new characteristics means from one kind of variety they will take some characters, and another kind of variety they will take some character, and they will go with a cross breeding. Then the resultant progeny is only called as hybrid, we can say. So with the example I will say. So for example, you can take, you might be heard a word called as zebra. Have you heard a word called as zebra? Please respond. So zebra is a what? Crossing between what? Crossing between a horse, yes or no? Male horse and female donkey, or something we people will talk. So this is what? See, a different generations and a different kind of things we are crossing, and we are getting the new generation. So this is only we used to call as hybrid generation, we can say. So you might be even see nowadays cows and all, you might be see Jersey cows and all. If you go with a normal one, might be give only 2 liter milk or 3 liter milk. That's all. And if you go particular milk like Giri cows and Ongolu, Andhra Ongolu and all, they will give 5 liters to 10 liters milk per day. Now they have been used to cross these both, understanding this family cow and as well as this family cow, and they are producing a new generation. That is what we used to say hybrid cow, understanding. So which is having a good qualities of like strength from this family and giving more milk from this family. And these hybrid cows used to give per day even 25 to 30 liters milk. Even our side, your side, you people don't have. If you come to our side, one cow, you can see even like a double, triple to the normal cow. That much big size it will be having. And in some YouTube videos, you might be watch the shed, normally cow sheds and all, they used to make them to survive there. They will never come to normal feeding and all. Like completely fixed feeding they will give. Only for like milk purpose, they will feed them. So that kind of cows, all the cows we used to call it as hybrid cows, we can say. So what do you mean by hybrid means? For example, see, one kind of male and one female. Like for example, if you take human and a human being, male and female, if they will cross or breed, they again used to produce what, guys? Male only, some human being only they used to produce. So this is what we used to call it as normal progeny. But here, if any animal is crossing with another kind of animal and they used to produce, new baby, new generation, this is different animal and this is different animal, then they used to produce the new generation, then that is what we used to call as hybrid generation. So that is you have to remember. In pea plants, I will explain you. So what do you mean by hybrid, guys? A new form of plant resulting from cross of different varieties. Means if you cross the different varieties of a plant, then we used to get a new generation. Different plant if you cross, then we used to get a new plant. That is, this new plant is only we used to call as hybrid plant. Everybody remember. So for example, let me take two plants having contrasting characteristics. For example, if you take one is having, for example, one is having tallness and another one is having yellow seeds. So now if we'll cross these two, we is to get a new pea plant which is having a tallness and as well as yellow seeds. So then this plant is only called as, what we used to call, guys? Hybrid plant we used to say. Understand? Because before, one kind of plant, it may be a tall plant or dwarf plant having yellow seeds, and this plant does not have yellow seeds but tallness it is there. So both if you cross, that is what, see, a contrasting characteristics. So here one characteristic is having, here another characteristic is having. So if you cross this both, we used to get a new kind of generation, and this generation is only what we used to call, guys? What we used to call? Hybrid we used to call it as. Understand? So now with a single character each, if you notice it, single character each, contrasting character, if they will cross and they will produce the new generation, then this single character, one contrasting character, then we used to call it as monohybrid cross. What we used to call? Monohybrid cross. Then another one cross also will come. That is what I am saying you. So first, this is what we used to call as monohybrid cross. Understand, everybody? So first of all, right, what do you mean by hybrid? What do you mean by hybrid? Anybody can say? What do you mean by hybrid? Two different varieties will cross each other and they will produce the new variety, new plant, new form of plant. That is what we used to call as hybrid. Write it. A new form of plant, hybrid you can write, hybrid. A new form of plant resulting from a cross of different varieties, of a plant, is known as hybrid. When we breed two pea plants, yes, Alni. When we breed two pea plants having one contrasting characteristics, only one contrasting characteristics, what we used to call, guys, that breeding is called as monohybrid cross. Understand? Single contrasting character. Remember, right? When we breed two pea plants having one contrasting characteristic each, to obtain new plants, then it is called monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. So in monohybrid cross, how many inheritance will study, guys? How many contrasting characteristics? Only a single monohybrid cross will study a single contrasting characteristics. Single contrasting characteristics. So for example, you can take either it is a tallness, or we can say tallness and dwarfness. So two different things is having a single contrasting characteristics, so that if we'll cross these two, then we is to get the first generation and as well as the second generation progeny is to get. So that is what we is to called as monohybrid cross. So now if we'll breed the two plants having two different contrasting characteristics. So here how many contrasting guys? Only a monohybrid means single contrasting characteristics. Now if you go with the two contrasting characteristic each, then we is to get a new plants, then that is only we is to called as dihybrid cross. Understand? Dihybrid. So how many dihybrid means? Two contrasting characteristics. Dihybrid cross we is to call. So please write it. Dihybrid cross. When if you breed two plants, two pea plants, if we breed two pea plants having two contrasting characteristics, having two contrasting characteristics each to obtain new plants, Arvind, are you writing? Arvind, Karthikeyan? New plants, then it is called Kritika, have you understand what is dihybrid and monohybrid? Called dihybrid cross. Dihybrid cross. Now, can anybody say two inheritance, two pairs of contrasting characteristics? For example, you can take round yellow seeds and as well as wrinkled green seeds. If you cross, so you can take two contrasting traits are there. So you like this, if you cross, then we used to get new generation. That generation may get yellow seeds or round yellow seeds or round green seeds and all. That is what we used to get. We used to call as dihybrid cross. Okay, right. In the dihybrid cross, we will study the inheritance of two pairs of contrasting characteristics. Inheritance of two pairs of contrasting characteristics of pea plants, such as round yellow seeds, and as well as what guys? And wrinkled green seeds. So this is what we will study in the dihybrid cross, and monohybrid cross we will study either it is the tallness and dwarfness of the plant by their first generation and as well as second generation progeny. So this is all about what do you mean by hybrid, monohybrid cross and as well as dihybrid cross. Then if you'll understand till here, then next class we'll start rules for the inheritance of traits. Rules for the inheritance of traits, that is only we used to call as Mendeleev's contribution. So from here, the real lesson will start. So what is Mendeleev's contribution to this inheritance, the characteristics inheritance from the parents to the offsprings? That is what in monohybrid inheritance, what will happen? The monohybrid inheritance only we used to study law of segregation. And the next one, dihybrid inheritance, that is what we used to say. In that only we used to study law of independent assortment. So what is that ratios? And if you go with the parental cross and as well as F1 cross. So parental cross always will give you what guys? F1 generation. So parental cross if you take, it will give you F1 generation, and F1 cross what will give you guys? F1 cross will give you F2 generation. So for every plant, every kind of things, both dihybrid and as well as monohybrid generations inheritance, we have to study both F1 parental generation and as well as F1 generation. That is all very in detail. We'll study in the next class. So it is very deleted portion is more and existed syllabus is very less only. Hardly will finish within 3 or 4 days. We'll complete this one. Then we'll shift into the next concept. So this is all about the today's class. With this, I will leave you. So till here, everybody monohybrid cross and as well as dihybrid cross, chromosomes, genes, and as well as dominant gene, recessive gene, and as well as genotype, phenotype, and F1 and F2 generation. Everything clearly study and why the Mendeleev chosen pea plant. That is the most things you have to remember. And what is the characteristics, easily visible characteristics of a pea plants? What is that? It is a tallness or dwarfness, and as well as yellow or green seeds, colorful seeds. That is what shape, round or wrinkled yellow or green seeds, and as well as colors of the flowers. So colors of flowers, what it is, either it is a white color or violet color. So yellow, not white or violet color flowers are observed. So these are the direct visible contrasting characteristics of pea plant. So that all are the reasons why the Mendel's has been chosen. And the Mendel's are chosen because it is a self-pollination. That is a more thing, because it can produce the next generation of plants very easily, and as well as within a less short period of time, we can analyze more number of generations of pea plants. That is why it is easy to analyze compared to the animals. So these are the reasons why Mendeleev chosen pea plants. So this all, with this I will stop the today's class. Then tomorrow we'll continue rules for the inheritance of traits. That is what Mendeleev's contribution for monohybrid inheritance and dihybrid inheritance. So thank you everybody. We'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.